My name is Steve Zarpas. I'm a director of photography, and an audio engineer. I've also written and produced presentation DVDs to be used to pitch networks on new show ideas. My works appeared on NBC, the Discovery Channel, CNN, Fox, and TLC. This DVD includes examples of my work as a shooter and as a director. On the Fighter Factory piece, I worked not only as a shooter, but as a director. If you'd like to contact me, my cell phone number is 757-639-3800, and my email is oiljoint@cox.net. And have a great day.
Tonight on Southern Steel.
We're going to Vegas, baby! Woo!
The men of Milwaukee Iron take on Las Vegas and meet the owners of the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Straight right, and that was it.
Were you serious about building two bodies?
Yeah.
They gotta be muscle bikes. They gotta be big. They gotta be fat.
Then dive into the ring themselves for their own wild knockout.
Oh, that wasn't submission.
Next time it's time for a raise, I don't think he's going to get one.
Before facing the ultimate challenge, building two supercharged fat boy muscle machines.
Hey, that punching bag's gonna hurt somebody.
Coming up on Southern Steel.
The very next morning, two boys had skipped school and were hiking near a quarry on Ruffner Mountain. They made a shocking discovery. Partially hidden in some trees was the body of a dead woman. Detectives were called to the scene and photographed the body. Detective Corvin recognized the body as Candace Brown. She had been shot once in the head, and there was evidence of possible sexual assault. After days of searching, detectives' worst fears were confirmed. A young mother was dead, and all the evidence seemed to point directly at Michael Land. On October 27, 1992, one of those roads offered up a deadly turn. Around 8 p.m., a man driving alone noticed swerving headlights in his rearview mirror and heard a crash. When he looked back, the car was gone. Fearing that someone was seriously injured, he turned around and pulled off to the side of the road.
The masked man watched a teller punch in her access code to the ATM room, where she would fill the machines with cash. It was his cue for a dramatic entrance. The door automatically locked behind the teller. The robber threatened to kill her co-worker if she didn't open the door. Then he opened it himself.
Firefighters and paramedics hadn't arrived yet, but bystanders had begun their own rescue efforts.
There were already people on the bank who seemed to be tying something together to make a rope of some sort. But the plane itself was, I would guess, at least 100 yards from the shore, and there'd be no way to get a rope out to the plane. The only other option was just to hop in there and then swim out to the plane. I was overcome by the fact that these people out there in the water were helpless, They were frightened, they were hurt, and they needed help very, very badly. I guess it was just this overwhelming desire to try and do something, as opposed to doing nothing, which I just couldn't live with.
He decided to check out the cafeteria. But the winds were very strong between the buildings. Getting to the cafeteria would be dangerous. He needed to come up with another plan.
Fighters, warbirds, the legendary aircraft of World War II. Jerry Yeagan has been obsessed with these planes for decades.
Some people collect stamps, some people collect coins. I collect airplanes.
Jerry owns and operates the Fighter Factory, the second largest private air force in the country. It takes a half dozen experts and a lot of sweat to keep these planes in the air.
Been through several hells with that airplane.
Why isn't it cooperating?
Every single bolt, every single rivet on the airplane has been replaced. It has been taken completely apart.
You just can't find these parts anymore. You can't afford to mess it up and start again.
We got a group of pilots that take them and break them, and then we got a group of mechanics that fix them on the weekdays.
It flies fantastic. You just think about doing a roll and the airplane will start to turn.
Rebuilding fighter planes is hard work, but it's even harder to find them.
You've got to go to a remote location where there was a lot of combat and where there are not any people.
From the Arctic Circle, to the dense jungles of the rainforest, to a remote lake in Siberia, the Fighter Factory hunts warbirds all over the globe.
If I don't save them, the scrap metal dealers will get them. I think it's a race. Can people save these airplanes before they eventually all go away?
Jerry Yeagan and his crew will find a way. At the Fighter Factory, the sky is the limit. Fighter Factory, only from New Dominion Pictures.